Well, hello, this is your host, Eric of Gmodism, and today we're going to look at how large can you build a missile, basically. I've been seeing some of these rods of God, or what they're called, but I never actually tried to build one myself. Also, quick note, you know we had some monetization issues that it got disabled? It seems that it's finally solved. So that's fantastic. It's back online, and if you have a membership, nothing should have been... everything should be working now is what I'm trying to say, which is great news, of course. And big thanks to all of you for your support during this time. And of course, a special thanks to all the commissioned officers in the army of Gmodism and the YouTube members. So the entire idea with this little, like super long missiles is basically that there is no like limit on how big missiles you can make. I don't think there is anyways. We're going to do a little test here with small ones, because then we of course will see the quickest if there is a limit on how large we can make them. So you can see like this is already a impractically long missile, but I'm sure you tried to make a impractically long missile sometime. So I'm just gonna continue here for a little while. I'm gonna see. Right. So this is a tad bit stupid, but we're gonna add a little friend or foe thing and a little stagger fire thing. I'm sure the reload time on these are not going to be great. Now, each one of these rods are 117 seconds. Great. So yeah, how do we configure a missile in a reasonable way that's this long? Well, obviously we can't even do that. It's gonna be pretty bad. Oh, does it like oh, look at that. Look at that! It actually made a viable missile? This is kind of surprising. The thrust duration, that's kind of surprising. I didn't think it was scaling, so we have a lot of reinforced bodies here. I'm thinking we're gonna see if we have a variable thruster. We do. I'm sure this is gonna be pretty slow, yeah, 30 meters per second. Oh god, so we're gonna go down here and just max... Oh, it is maxed. Well, that's not great. Let's have a 10-second start delay. Probably a smart idea. Yeah, something like that. Great. So now we will basically be adding... It's gonna be pretty hard to maneuver anyways, so I'm thinking... We're gonna add a couple of fins here in the front, see if we can move a little bit quicker there. Seemed like a lot, but I think we need a lot here. So many reinforced. It has APN guidance built in and a signal processor. Damn. It's like getting pretty well configured automatically. That's nice. Okay, so the thrust duration is now 1 minute. Which is good, but obviously we need more. Maybe like 1.5 minutes. Maybe it will be enough. I'm not sure actually. And we're gonna have regulators because it's gonna die too quickly otherwise. Regulator. Now this missile is alive for... We probably need it to be alive for at least 2 minutes. Most reasonably. Alright then, isn't that nice? It's gonna be pretty darn impossible to make it work in a viable way. We are gonna add a 1 turn. Let's see here. I think we really need a 1 turn. Where they are. Here we have one? Nope. 1 turn. Okay. And a 1 turn, max it out probably. Yeah, I'm sure this is gonna be all right. 2 seconds delay, okay. And yeah, we can actually like fire 1 missile. Right. We don't have a target, but... Oh, damn. This missile looks really weird. It wasn't able to get out of the tube. Oh no, it looks so weird. Look at this abomination. It doesn't even stretch reasonably. Okay, yeah, okay, so it doesn't get out of the launch tube. I guess I shouldn't be too surprised. We're not watching in slow motion. This is its speed. Yeah, I mean, it might be pretty good for a cruise missile or something. But most reasonably, we should be adding some ejectors, right? So the ejection launch speed is 20 meters per second. It's now 100. Is this gonna be too much? 240? Anyways, do we have in the stats here how long this missile is? That would be kind of interesting to just see. Maybe not, but we can at least look at it if we just go into here and see how tall the structure is now. We basically have missiles with a 160-ish length, 150 meters long small missiles. Yeah, let's just fire these small missiles and see if they can do any damage. If we spawn a marauder, like really far away, 4,000 meters. Okay. And we're just going to find it. Where are you? Because we need a one turn to like shoot at it. There we have it. Waiting for... Okay. Oh! The first rod is out. And the second... This looks so stupid. Oh no. I'm not sure they're gonna reach here in time. We're watching full speed. Okay. We might as well shoot in the meantime, in case. And also there's no way to like speed up reload time. Oh, wow. It looks so jank. I'm not sure they're gonna reach here in time. Probably not. We're like watching paint dry. Yeah, well, we're closing in, but nah. At least it doesn't have any sea whiz, as a kind commenter in the comments field taught me how to pronounce sea whiz. It doesn't pronounce how it should be, but whatever. Okay, so they should kind of despawn now, I think. Which is a little bit scary, but I hope the game is not really run. Oh yeah, it's basically running at full speed. Yeah, okay. No, isn't this kind of annoying? They kind of just. Oh yeah, they're not reaching. They're just not reaching. That is so sad. Well, god rods, more like sticks of misery. So if we spawn a marauder 2,000 meters away, I'm not certain that they will actually reach, because I'm not sure they can turn fast enough. But this should be all right, right? We should be able to fire these missiles here. Oh yeah, oh no. Are they like teleporting away somehow? Oh no, they're getting up there all right. We are up in the air and the missiles, they are popping. All four are on their way. And oh yeah, they seem to have an okay angle. I can't wait to try this with huge ones. They really need this APN guidance, that's for certain. And it's, man, like that we're having full game speed is kinda ludicrous, because it doesn't feel like full game speed. This like feels like super slow. All right. I wonder where they, like, if the explosive will be snapped. to the Marauder in a good place, or if it's just gonna be like exploding in the air. Ah, yes. It's still doing that. That's good. Okay, nice. But yeah, the damage is good, sure, but man, I kind of don't really feel it's in relation to the travel time. But yeah, sure. They're long-range small missiles, so they work. They're just not very good, but they do work. They sure do work. Right, so now that we have a practical use, I guess, oh, not practical. Yeah, you probably know what I mean. Not practical, but they work. And I just want to see then, is there a limit? So, see you in space, I guess. I think we're getting tall enough. This is okay. So here we have a missile. It is a lot of reinforced bodies. I guess we need a new one of these and probably a good couple of fins here. Man, why is it lagging so much? You know what? I think the problem is we don't have a missile decorator set. That's probably why it's lagging. Just kidding. So anyways. Fire. Oh, damn, look at this thing. Right, so... oh, I think I need to keep aiming unless the AI is gonna do it. Right, so we're gonna watch one of the later ones here. They seem a little bit unable to maneuver. Oh. I'm starting to think, or have we created a ballistic missile? No, they're guided. They're of course guided on the way down too, so it's technically not ballistic, but anyways, it's very, 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 very long. It doesn't seem to be able to turn very properly. I suppose we could possibly fix this. Oh my god, my stretch decoration. Oh, damn. This is weird. They're probably not gonna survive long enough to even remotely reach the target. But just to know, how long are the missiles right now? They're like approximately... they're not a kilometer. I was a little... I hoped it would be a kilometer, but... yeah. Obviously, what I'm thinking is that we need to do this with, like, huge missiles. Obviously, there doesn't seem to be a limit on how long they can be. I guess we should try and see if we can get them above 1,000 meters. Because I think that could be like a ludicrous number somebody set sometime, like not longer than 99999 or something. So I'm just gonna check if they can be taller than this. Yeah, so we are closing. I think we're definitely entered space by now. Whoops. Now we have a... oh yes, it's pretty long. Let's just compensate a little bit more for the platform, just to make sure. Right. I'm a little bit afraid it will crash if I look at this menu too much. But we can clearly see that it doesn't complain. It seems to be a functional missile, and they're over a kilometer long. So the answer is, we can make missiles that are a kilometer long. Absolutely fine, no issues at all. Except they're not practical, but that's another conversation. Before we try to make the huge missiles, it's a good time to thank all of our commissioned officers. We got a new captain as well, so big thanks to our Sebastian Jode. So, thanks to Commodore Owen, Captain Sebastian Jode, Captain Shuro, Commander Morden, Lieutenants Anto, Cravey, Drew Canobetta, Flores Dagon, powered by Greed, Vincent Veritas, Rick Burrell, and Scuba Rocks. Of course, also to all our cadets and all of the members in the ecclesiarchy. Seriously, thank you, because I was really glad I had you all supporters there when the monetization didn't work at all for a month. Well, and this is gonna probably take... This is gonna be some boring building, so yeah, see you in a bit. So, this wasn't as easy as expected. The platform continuously died and died because, well, turns out it added some weight. Anyways, we're working hardcore here with a lot of engine power. We have to have 1 million engine power to even keep afloat due to us being a fortress. I just realized we should probably have tested this on a structure, but well, I don't have a testing structure right now. I only have a testing fortress. Or I do have a testing structure actually, but it's well, it doesn't have the cool stuff we need. Anyways, we can see here that we have almost a kilometer long, huge missile, and I try to configure it in a way, I guess. We have a variable thruster, we have some turning thrusters, we have a lot of fins because I felt we were lacking a bit. We have fuel tanks, so we can fly. Unfortunately, we only go 20 meters per second. It's abysmal, I know. And the turn rate is really sad too. E plus, what does this even mean? It's a lot of fuel. Yeah, it's going really slow. And yeah, we have explosive warheads here. So I tried to add a mix, party mix. We have more fuel tanks. We have some APN guidance, a signal processor. Reinforced bodies, I guess. Honestly, I kind of forgot them. Oh, we have 2 APN guidances. That's not good. So I guess we can have some EMP too. Why not? Let me add a... Like, I assume this will insta-kill a Marauder, but obviously we want to try this at some bigger stuff too. So I'm leaving some reinforced bodies, or a lot of them, in case we test it against something with proper CWIS, like the Meg or something. And I had some turning thrusters and fins here too. I don't know if this is gonna be enough, to be quite honest, but hopefully, maybe, we can add a couple of more fins. Okay, this should probably be a-okay. This thing looks absolutely super sad and stupid. Look how stretched out it is. It's not even fun. It looks super jank. So yeah, and the guidance on this thing is gonna be laser designator, because yeah, why not? Lasers are cool. So we have a big laser pointer controlled rod, basically. That's what we have. I think we're gonna go and set up a little decorator here. So we're gonna have this little missile decorator. Wow. Now it looks much cooler. In any case, I wonder, we should probably like customize this a little bit, right? Model diameter. If I remember correctly, yeah, you'll need to drag it down, not up. Model length. And oh, we can make it... Oh, that's weird. So we can make it artificially super short. Let's make it the approximate size here. Extra elements. Alright then, I suppose this is what we're gonna have. This looks pretty decent, to be honest. Let's spawn a Marauder for fun. I'm sorry, it's gonna be named Long Boys. Alright, Marauder. There we go. Alright, it's up and away. It's AI controlled, by the way. Look at it. It's glorious. Oh no. Okay. It's so slow. I even added some stuff to make it launch faster. It's so slow. Oh no, okay. I set up the maximum like turning delay, so... Oh no. Look at this thing. It's just sitting here. Yeah, epic music, thank you. We absolutely need that, because this is not... Oh. This looks like an absolute failure. Like, it turns faster. Look at this thing. Okay. So we have started to enter the trajectory of turning. It's actually more viable than I assumed. Let me check. Reload. Oh. Reload is only 300 seconds? I thought it would be... Oh. It's actually... You know... It kind of works. It's not that bad. What does the platform cost now, by the way? Is it like... Oh, it's only 4 million? Okay. How much does this cost to fire then? 57,000? Well, it's a mere cost of 57,000, so no big deal really. Okay then. You know what? It's like I have to double check that we are actually not running in slow motion all the time, because this thing is so slow. In any case, yeah, what I'm gonna tell you is a pretty little cool thing here. That basically I've finally been able to get the homepage where it's supposed to be, so I can now start building it, which means I can upload all those decals and host them there on my own homepage, and then I can update all of the blueprint files and the prefab files and turret files, so that we can finally update the files for the commissioned officers, which honestly, they should have had a update long ago. I'm sorry it has been delayed so long. It's just that I wanted to add this cool system and this cool system and this cool system, and then suddenly my Imgur account was like reporter or something, and then, you know, I'll have to re-add all those links. It's like vibrating a little bit here. So what I'm trying to say is we're finally a tiny little bit closer at actually getting there. This is so darn, like, it's moving pretty quickly. Like, not towards the target, but to steer itself. Has it like been locked in air? Are we even going towards the target? My lord. We have a small issue. Turns out I forgot God mode. Alright, repair. Okay, good, because we're gonna die if we just leave it untended. Oh, it's almost reloading. Okay, so we're... I was worried that the missile had despawned. Okay, so the lifetime of the missile, we obviously need to fix some stuff here. This won't really do it. You know what? I should probably... No. Okay, we accidentally launched again. Never mind. Anyways, if we just check this thing here. Oh. It's reloading in a mere 300. I wonder if this is like the cap. Anyways. That I missed test. Oh no, I think we actually used up our thrust. You can see it's only 162 seconds of thrust, and we already spent that. Above that, the turning thrusters, they of course take fuel too, and they can only use 20%. We need a lot of more fuel. We need a lot more fuel, that's absolutely clear. Yeah, well, so that's a little bit funny. This means that We kinda made a ballistic missile. Ballistic missiles are usually not guided on the way down, but they're definitely not propelled on the way down. Yeah. Yeah. I don't think it's going anywhere. I don't think missiles are really affected by gravity. You know what? You know what? We can fix that. Okay, so for this little upgrade, we obviously need a lot of more fuel tanks. Let me just add a few. Look at that. Now our thrust duration is like almost... We can like talk about adding pieces when we talk about adding how many pages of fuel tanks. So I added another page of them. The lifetime is 400 seconds. So obviously we should be a little bit like that. And somewhere where we can find it reasonably easy, I imagine we should have one of these. A ballast tank. With this ballast tank, I believe we can make this have a buoyancy. Okay, 0 is half gravity. Oh. Okay, so half gravity. Okay, maybe that works. Right, I think it doesn't kind of have gravity by default. So now we added half gravity, right? Right. I think that should be a-okay. Probably. Oh no, we absolutely missed the greatest moment of all time. The Marauder being hit by the missile, because one missile is gone and so is the Marauder. Well, it actually reached. It's glorious. Never have the alloy elements been stretched this much. Look at this little rivet or whatever it's called. Okay. Anyways, let's get a Marauder here and see what happens basically. Maybe actually, oh yeah, let's just have a Marauder. We want to see what happens with the Marauder. So the missile is launching. This is like watching I don't know, launch event of some real type of rocket, because it's yeah, it's slow. Oh, the rocket is going. We are soon entering the territory of. We kind of maxed that out, yeah. Okay. Oh, we're turning towards the target. Fantastic. We're slowly moving. A little bit of paint drying territory, absolutely, but not that bad. We are definitely having a forwards movement. We're gonna see if we can keep the thrust all the way to the target. Which I think we should actually do. Yeah, so I think we had far too little fuel before. We have a pretty straight angle towards the target. Yes, indeed. This looks a little bit scary, not gonna lie. This is like, ooh. It's like the needle towards the eye phobia thing. Sharp objects around your eye. Yeah, that's how it feels like looking at this thing. It's like, it itches. This should probably be a good idea to make into some kind of, what is it called? This is too funny. Anyways, make it into some kind of cluster missile, yeah? Okay. All right. Now I'm getting a bit curious. Okay, we're gonna slow down time a little bit here. We waited long enough. I think we can wait a few seconds more. Okay. The missile pops in there. It's just gonna disappear when it reaches the impact. It should be around the tip of the missile. I tried to set it up that way. Okay. Ooh. And we're getting... Oh, bam! No! Why? Why are the fragments spawned in the middle of the missile? Oh, bam! This explosion is powerful enough to remove the Marauder. Well, that's at least something good. Well, so it's obviously viable with super long missiles, and that, so to say, fragmentation damage was really sad to see. So obviously we can't have that. We're gonna exchange that with some explosives. But I'm starting to think we probably max out the explosiveness, so to say, because there is a cap, right? There is. I'm also thinking we can't afford having fins in the front. We're gonna try and exchange these with turning thrusters and see if our speed gets improved. Actually, it didn't seem to make a difference. Ooh, the laser designator is probably not gonna work. What if we have a thumper head, and we can do some kinetic damage too, possibly. No, we can't combine that. No, we can't. Okay. So, if we had a thumper head, we would actually not go faster. That's a little bit sad. Okay. So, we might as well have a laser designator then. It doesn't seem to improve the speed. Usually, if we have a shaped charge, it usually goes faster, but not in this case. I think it's just too large for this to matter. The one turn is obviously maxed out like that, but yeah, okay. Alright then. Stronghold. We shall spawn a little stronghold 2,000 meters away. And let us hope that the missile is able to reach the target here. Wait, what? What happened to the missile? Reload happened. I'm actually a bit excited, not gonna lie. Okay, we got 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, launch. Right then. So, let's go. The turning thrusters are trying to turn here. Okay. Look, it's so slow. Probably good that they are up there. Oh no. We're getting fired at. Okay, I'm not sure I want sieves to shoot down this thing. I wanna see that explosive damage. Well, let's go, missile. I think I seriously need this 15 minutes later screen from SpongeBob. Look at that! It now all of the turning thrusters are alive. I'm actually not sure we actually need all these turning thrusters. We can probably do with all of the fins, to be honest. All right. The APN guidance seems to be able to aim it pretty well this close. This must be a terrifying sight to behold. It's getting... Oh! It's getting into the clouds. It's getting through the clouds. Whoa! Okay. We're getting some action. Yeah, this is probably a proper god rod. All right. Slow down. All right, this is Pretty interesting. Seriously need this to fire at the center of mass, I think. Bam! This is a big explosion. You can see it's absolutely silly. Look at it. The cap of the explosive is just so... Sure, we did 100 and... what was it? A lot of damage anyways, but seriously, I think this is probably better if it was a thumper missile. You know what? I have an idea. There is the new proximity fuse. Why don't we use that with the frag? We're just maxing out this proximity fuse. Now we're gonna add a lot of fragmentations. Alright, so 2.5 pages of frag will do for testing. This gives us a, let's see here, 122 fragments and a fragment damage of, what is this, 1.1 million? Something like that. Doesn't sound that dangerous, to be honest. So, yeah. We just need to reload. Oh no. All this time I forgot and I left the game at... Yeah, okay. So, see you. Alright, so the next missile is about to launch. I hope. Any second now. And at that time we will be seeing how it performs. I changed some turning thrusters a little bit. So we shall see whenever this is launching. Okay, there we go. The missile is away. I wonder how many diameters this is. And I'm wondering if we can make this thicker. I think we can. We want to make it visually wider as well. All right, missile is up and away. Unfortunately, the distance to the stronghold is about as long as the missile, so yeah. The stronghold is actually pretty fast. It's a little bit scary. I wonder how much processing power it would take to make this missile just remote guided instead, because that could be a decent idea otherwise. Well, we are getting this nice little angle and we're falling down. One thing we absolutely gotta test is that if having more regulators versus having no regulators or something like that will increase or decrease the falling speed of something. Because I feel that we have good potential to actually make a ballistic missile with this. If we just can launch it out to space, we can then make it just fall down to the target, and perhaps it could even reach faster speeds doing that. That's a pretty interesting idea. I'm not sure if this is going faster than 20 meters per second. I suspect it is very close to that. So yeah, we'll need to do some tests. Right. So, will the proximity fuse save the day is basically what we're checking here. And the reason, okay. Bam! Wow! I think it did. Look at that. Yeah, those fragments went everywhere. Okay. Yeah. So the fragments actually penetrated a little bit less than one might have hoped. But we can definitely say this was a much better result. Adding the proximity fuse definitely increased our chances here of dealing super good damage. All right, how many seconds do we have to next missile is launching? So I'm thinking like this, just to check. If we have a, what is it called? It's the, we're not gonna mess with the one turn here. We can probably mess with this fuel tank or something. Remote guidance, general processing power used. It's only gonna be 54. So having that is actually probably the best idea. Also, I wonder if we then can skip, if we can have just remote guidance here, we can then skip having a laser designator. So even though this shouldn't theoretically increase our speeds, we might try and have a little thumperhead here. I think that's a good idea. We're gonna make sure that the stronghold is repaired for the occasion. And we are super ready to launch in 20 seconds. I'm thinking we can probably add some more to make the launch speed of this thing a little bit better. Make sure we are running at full speed. Okay, good. Oh my. We're descending down here. Yeah, we're gonna have a little impact. Anyways, not to stay away for too long, but I started to set up a little testing area here. So we're gonna test the falling speed basically, but to not miss any action, we're gonna do this very soon. We're going to have the full speed, full game speed, and full view of all the menus so we can see exactly. All right there, so we got 200,000 explosive damage. We got some, that was pretty quick, and we have a lot of fire damage applied here too. But honestly, I'm not sure if, I think we need to watch it in slow motion to see what happens with the fragments, to be honest. I'm starting to think, however, that the front should actually be a shaped charge, so we can have a lot of explosives behind it. Now, then we're gonna skip the turning thrusters, so I'm not sure we can do that, but we're sure gonna try. All right, so we need to move around some stuff here. Maybe we can just, yeah. Before we configure that, we're going to test this thing here. We're gonna have some cluster, not cluster, I can't, ballast tanks. I lost my speech. So the ballast tank, we're going to have a buoyancy, and I don't know if the buoyancy will affect it in air actually. So we're gonna have several here to negative. So like this, negative, negative. We're just gonna set them up differently, see if they behave differently, basically. Something like this. And possibly we can remove this and this, because then we can set some different settings here. So if this ballast tank, for example, is set like that, then this one can be set to positive like this, and this, all the way up to here. And we're gonna see if that affects the performance at all. And for this one instead, we're gonna set them as a float depth of like 500 meters. So possibly we can just set this to 0 to ignore, okay. Set this like that, right. Excellent, now that is set up too. So then we have different settings, and we have a lot of different one of these. Also, I think we're gonna do like this. We're gonna have this one, and we're going to set it up with 1 ballast tank, set to the same settings like this one behind it. All right then. All right, so basically we have this little thing here, and this has reloaded. So I'm thinking we're just going to, you know, turn on this so it will do its own thing and go to launch, while we check out this little thing here. If we can just launch. They seem to be... Ew. It really looks like they kind of have the same falling speed. Okay, let's try that again. So, I'm gonna go here. And we're going to drop. Yeah. They fall the same speed. It doesn't matter. We don't need to add that. It basically does nothing. Just to confirm one last time, we can try and check it out. Just slow down speed a lot. And watch it like that. Okay. It is exactly on point the same, and it only matters when we hit the water. Good to know then. It doesn't change anything really. The only thing that seems to be changing then, honestly, okay, this one is actually the heaviest somehow. It falls the quickest in the water. But that's only in the water. So where did we set up this thing? It's set up as final buoyancy. And this one is set up... Oh, interesting. You know what? Just to be sure, we're gonna do this from a higher elevation as well, just to make sure. All right then. So here we have them. Drop. No. Did we? I don't know. There we go. Jank. Okay, here we go. Seems to be the same. Does it? No, it doesn't pick up in speed. It's like no difference. I wonder, however, if we can change the falling by adding some other type of elements. Obviously the ballast tank isn't what we're looking for to change this, but it can be possible that something else could help this. So we're gonna test that. All right then, new test. These are being dropped and they seem to be pretty similar. So I have one that's only fins. We have reinforced bodies, some fins and thumperhead. We have thumperhead reinforced bodies. We have only reinforced bodies, and we have magnets with activation delay of 3 seconds. I don't know if the magnets will attract anything, but they might as well, because we don't have an identify friend or foe attached at all. Honestly, it seems that the reinforced does fall faster. Reinforced warhead bodies actually have a faster falling rate. That is very interesting, and it does matter that we add a thumperhead. Cool. Now we need to check what's happening here with our big damage friend. It's starting to close in. Well, I think perhaps we need to have a thumper missile. If this is the case, thumper missile is probably what we want to have. Now, we didn't change this to a shaped charge, did we? I don't think I managed to get to that at all. No, this is only a shape charge. Okay. We're gonna keep looking at the stats. That's a lot. Okay. And that EMP should be nuking some serious bits. Yeah, it's, of course it deals huge amounts of damage, but it's no way near what would be expected. Anyways, back to the platform here. I think we need to check the falling speeds. We're of course gonna try a shape charge. Just gonna set that up a little bit quickly. The one turn is pretty useless new, to be honest. It's not something we need. But something we do need is a remote guidance thing, so that we can open up the addition of explosive warhead bodies here. This shape charge should be configured with a penetration factor of minimum. Yes, good. The proximity fuse we need to add back, of course. Hopefully now we don't need all of that fuel that we removed. The regulator we might need though. Yeah, we're gonna add back the regulators. We just want to max, we just want to have a couple of pages of explosiveness, because that's fun. Alright then. What did we need to? We needed the proximity fuse. To add that back, nice. And some regulators that I also removed. Regulator, okay. Now we are alive for some good time. Very nice. Right, so I figured that sometimes having a short-range thruster kind of increases the speed of some stuff. The new missile launched, we're gonna catch up with that in a moment. But just to check, oh no. Alright. Well, interesting to see. It looks like all of the warheads actually had a similar falling speed. So if we just watch that in slow motion. No. Right. They are dropped, and yeah, so this just gets free speed. I should have known. It gets free launching speed. So all of the payloads have a similar falling speed. It seems that reinforced explosive, whatever it is, having warheads like this will make us fall faster. Good to know. Then we can't rely on only having a thumper head like that to believe that we will fall faster. But possibly, if we remove turning thrusters... No, actually, if we remove all fins and replace them with turning thrusters, maybe that will make us fall faster. Just gonna try and have a secondary torpedo propeller just to see if there is any difference there. And on this one, we're going to instead see, yeah, like if we add one sad little fin, will it really affect the results that much? Well, that is something we're gonna check very soon. Let's see what we can do first. If this is gonna reach the target or if the missiles can be tested, because, you know, I added a lot of ammo boxes. I added a few more, but we're still not near close to be able to reload this. And if I add all of them too fast, we're also having some issues. Anyways, we're doing like this. Okay, fire. So here we can see them. And the one with fins is indeed falling faster. Slower, I mean. Having a secondary torpedo propeller doesn't seem to change anything. Then I think we have to try, what if you instead of a thumper head, what if you have a shaped charge instead? That can be a good thing to see. Anyways. Where is the missile party going? It's up here. It's gonna be very interesting to see if this shaped charge can deal some like clearer fragmentation damage. We also have a proximity fuse on there, so I don't know how it interferes, but it should be working all right, I'm thinking. But I'm really glad that the proximity fuses are working pretty good at this scale too. All right, there we go. We need to slow down time. Okay. Slow motion mode activated. Oh my. Oh my. Ah, it's gonna touch. It's gonna touch. Look. Oh! Savage damage. Damn. It just goes straight through. Yeah, it just empties the entire thing. But somehow, the damage is a little bit lackluster. It really is. Even though we have like almost 1 million damage in explosive, it's just not really what we pay for, I feel like. Oh well. About this thing. Do we have any difference? Shape charge seemed to be working fine too. Well, that's good. So if we have a shape charge, we don't need a thumper basically, but I'm starting to wonder that perhaps a thumper type of missile might actually deal the damage we're looking for. Because it is just not quite what we pay for. I don't quite remember what you can combine with impact damage, because if I remember correctly, combining explosive and impact wasn't a good idea. I'm just realizing we can probably turn off firing here, because it would be a little bit sad if we accidentally we're not able to finish this. So we're basically exchanging everything with reinforced bodies, and we're gonna compare and see the damage. This is like literally taking ages. This is so many modules. I wonder if it says anywhere how many modules you have. I think we can check that in the stats page. Ugh, okay. So let's see here. Do we have... Oh yeah, there we have some more explosives. We're slowly closing down the explosiveness. Ah, there we have it. Look at that. Only impact damage. All right. So, how many modules inside? I don't know where our... It's on this stick, isn't it? Not quite sure. We got a bunch of stats, but not what we're looking for. Well, I guess it's time to fly. So, launch, up and away. I also realized I may have forgotten... Yeah, we should probably remove the fins altogether and replace it with turning thrusters. Well, if this is success, if this works good, we're gonna do that. I'm not sure, but I'm kind of thinking it looks like it may be a little bit faster now. Maybe? Maybe, just maybe. We are so closing in. This looks quite terrifying. Look at this thing here. Yeah, I think we'll have to make that the thumbnail. Well, You know what? We're gonna have slow motion. And this menu, because we want to see what happens here. See what type of damage we can apply. Okay, that may be going a little bit. And there we go. All right. Impact. Bam! Ooh, it deletes the entire turret. Of course it does. But that also limits the damage to the... This was actually super lucky for the stronghold. Because this obviously, like 1.7 million damage is of course a good bit, but it's like a small price to pay. No, actually, it didn't mess up the whole thing. Is this a glitch or do we have like, what's going on here? What's this surface? Well, whatever. A little bit less effective than I would have hoped. Well, we can obviously reach the target and stuff, and I'm thinking we should probably test this thing here if we can still deal insane amounts of damage while still doing thumper damage and explosive. So I'm thinking if we add back some explosive, see if we still get that thump damage, we get some explosive damage as well, and possibly even some frag. See if we can party mix this thing a little bit here. As for the frag, I'm thinking we're going to try and keep it at 180. Because then we can spread out the damage more, and obviously we're gonna add a proximity fuse as well. Let's see here. Is this... Okay, good. Yeah, we copied that. Good. So then I can just add them. So if you kind of add the first one and then you like click on this thing, then its settings will be copied over, so you don't need to set them up all manually. And you can see if they're set up, because you need to set them up individually otherwise. And you can see the frag here. You have the frag cone angle, and that will kind of be an average of all the different degrees you have. So you can't have a fun mix, which I thought you could before. But yeah. Also, we're gonna remove the fins and add turning thrusters instead. So let's check we have no fins here. I think they're all in the back now, which means we need some new fuel tanks as well, but yeah. So, no fins. Hopefully this is the right amount of turning thrusters. Well, I think this should then be... We're actually a little bit quicker now, so that's nice. And, before I forget that, we obviously need a proximity fuse as well. Let's have one here. Because I think we don't have one, so... Max. Okay then. I think we're ready to go. Repairing this thing as well, so we can get the full action. Alright then. Was there something I was supposed to test here? I think it wasn't, right? No, probably not. We already found... We found the answers. Right then. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're launch. Fantastic. Modify the turning thrusters a little bit, so a lot of them are actually activating immediately. Alright, we have left the launch pad. I just realized it's probably a super good idea to actually have this fire in an angle to be able to reach the target. Wait. Oh no. Oh no. No, wait. Did we accidentally fire this thing? I think we did. That's not good. Then we should probably, like, remote guide it to there. Oh no. I think we may have messed up real bad. This is not great. It's going to, it's gonna fall back down. Right, we're fixing it all by taking everything out of play. And then we just play all the forces. And hopefully... Oh no. Oh no. Yeah, so we don't have enough engine power. This is what happens when we spawn at the wrong altitude. Oh my lord. This is... I potentially messed up some stuff too, because... Ooh! We can actually turn on God mode, obviously. Why didn't I think of that? How did I not think of that? Well, anyways, we accidentally took that one out of play, and it seems that we can't really do much about it. Oh god, that's so stupid. Well, whatever. We have reloaded. I think we found a way to quickly reload. I also think I knew about that before, that we can just take it out of play and put it back into play as well, but I somehow forgot that. Alright then. Are we like slower now? Potentially. It feels like it has to leave. Alright, alright. Missile is away. Did I... Oh. Maybe I just messed up guidance? Oh no. Did I just straight up remove remote guidance? Oh no. Oh no. What a mistake. No, remote guidance is right here. I did not remove it. Well then there should be no problem. But why? What's happened? Oh. It's like the turning thrusters used up the fuel? Or something. We also have no APN guidance. That's not very wise. So obviously we need to add a reinforced guidance, APN guidance, I mean. What did I say? APN guidance is what we currently lost. So so we're gonna have an APN guidance with some pretty low values. Like super low, I think we need here. And I'm really wondering here, if we just used up that fuel... I set the turning thrusters to be able to use all the fuel, and I really feel that perhaps having that one turn was actually a good idea. So I'm gonna add back a one turn. There we have the proximity fuse. We're gonna add a one turn back. And then I'm going to make it so that the turning thrusters activate after 10 seconds instead. That's probably smarter. And make sure that they can't use up all the fuel. Let's set it to like 90% or something. Probably a good idea. All right, let's try again then. See what will happen. Missile is up and away. We got to 1 turn, so it should theoretically aim towards the enemy without us doing anything. And after 10 seconds... Oh no! I just realized you may need fence for the 1 turn to work. And we don't want that, do we? Okay. Anyways. The thruster is going. Look at that. And we are... Oh no. We're having a weird angle. We're having a super weird angle. We're not going towards... Oh no, we have no more fuel here. Look at that. The turning thrusters just eat up the fuel. I'm starting to think we can't... Yeah. I'm not sure we can have turning thrusters. I'm gonna check the stats here. Maybe having a lot of turning thrusters actually don't increase the turning rate that much. Look at a turn rate with thrusters. Right, so if we would, for example, add back fuel tanks here, you can see it's not that... 1 degree per second. It's gonna take... Is it gonna take like 90 seconds or something? And turning thruster fuel... Yeah, they probably guzzle that up real quick. So if we have this one here, it's possible perhaps just having 4 turning thrusters may be enough. I'm just a little bit curious. If we add a turning thruster here, that might actually be a good idea. We didn't seem to slow it down by doing this. No, we didn't. Okay, that is very interesting. But if we had a fin here, we can see that meters per second actually does a lot. So perhaps having a turning thruster here and make it only perhaps use 46%. That's probably nice. Could be a smart idea. Well, yeah, so this isn't exactly great. Yeah. It fell down. I'm not sure turning thrusters is a thing we necessarily can use. What if we add... what if we add like more fuel tanks? Maybe also, I'm not sure, but maybe the APN guidance needs to be tuned a little bit higher. But honestly, 2 turning thrusters with an activation delay of 10 seconds. Does it make any sense? I'm not sure. It really makes a lot of sense, but well. But this is empirical testing in a nutshell. A lot of min-maxing, basically. Also, it might be a smart idea to actually see if we got... Oh yeah, all right. We have a... We actually need... We're gonna pause the game real quickly. We didn't pause it, never mind. We are going to quickly get into the AI menu here. Let's see here. Or do you have that? Didn't I have some kind of processing unit only? No, I didn't. Yeah, I do. It just got into the wrong folder. This is the new structure, by the way. Oh, I guess we're just gonna paste it here. Here we have it. Our CPU. Just a little CPU thing. Which adds some processing power. Nice. Then we can fire another missile. Well, we got it right in time too. Don't they look nice? They do. They look very nice. Right. Next missile. We're launched. One turn. Is it kicking in? Not sure. Let's see here. We're thrusting away. And there. It gets ripped loose. And we're going so... What's going on here? Maybe we won't get away from having a fence. It's been 10 seconds now. We can see the turning thruster in the tip here. Trying to aim the missile at the right position. Wait, what? Where did this? Huh. I'm just... I don't know where that came from. But yeah, whatever. That's weird. Turning thrusters are still active. The issue is here though, if we have no fence, we have no way of controlling it if we run out of fuel. None at all. I'm kind of suspecting we're just not maneuverable enough to actually reach the target. Look at this thing, it's pathetic. The turning thruster obviously ran out of fuel. It's guzzling up fuel like absolute crazy. I don't really think we can afford having turning thrusters at all. Most likely, we'll just need a couple of fins. At least then, we'll be able to go towards the target from the start. And I also suspect that one turn isn't really working right now. So if we add a couple of fins here, I guess we'll just have to skip and add them in the front. Thruster ration, yeah. Because if we add one here in the front, we do reduce the max speed, which may be a little bit problematic when we're relying on gravity to go down. Anyways, we have a lot of payload here, so hopefully this will make us gain some decent speed, but yeah, we'll see. This poor missile is just locked in space. Yep. Ooh, and this missile above it, it actually started to fall down. I'm seriously wondering if is this picking up speed? Oh, if this is picking up speed, we may actually have some, yeah, we may actually have a way to make a ballistic missile. If this will pick up speed, we can make a ballistic missile. That would be pretty cool. It would be very, very cool. I mean, slowly. I'm not sure it's picking up speed. It's like it's falling with a constant speed somehow. We'll see, I guess. We got a new launch at least. And here we have the not too many fins. So we're gonna see how this works. We have enough fuel, that's for sure. And it's accelerating above. And one turn will be kicking in very soon. I think this is one turn doing its work. Yeah, looks much more likely to reach the target here. I think it will reach the target. By judging the current trajectory, even though the stronghold is pretty close, it's looking pretty promising. I probably don't need more fins than this, which, of course, it's a lot, but you know. Well, this missile is still locked in space. One of them blew up, it seems, and we may actually be missing the stronghold. We're not doing a great job of turning towards it. So yeah, it might actually be a failure. And just to test here, if we have a fin in the back and a fin in the front, how much different will the falling be? Well, maybe not as dramatic as I feared. So it does fall a lot faster, it's true. It also flies a little bit, which of course feels pretty nice. And the one with the one in the front, it is slower, but on paper it's only 1 meter per second slower. And in reality, it may be even less so, to be honest. So I think we should add fins in the front too then. Let's see. Oh yeah, you can see here the max speed is decreasing. We don't want to have too many ones in the front. Maybe two then. That's not good. Perhaps we can have a turning thruster then. With activation delay at 10 seconds and like a max fuel use of 5. A little bit thing I'm a bit curious about is if we add a short range thruster, we only have 5 seconds of fuel burn, but this could be a setup for a ballistic missile. And the launch speed will be significantly improved. So we're gonna let this launch with a short range thruster instead. Oh, and we're gonna make sure this has an activation delay of maxed out. Right, so we're launching at 300 meters per second. And we are... This got very lost. Anyways. I fear the oh yeah, the short range thruster already kicked in. Oh, it already burnt. Well, that's it. Okay, we can't have short range thrusters. It's not the viable option. We have to have a variable thruster with a max thrust. Yep. That it is. Look, this missile may have missed, but it's still going. Oh, now it died. It had the thrust for some good time there. New formulation is active. I hope. Yeah. It's all right. Now we have the regular thruster. We got, well, we got some turning thruster in the front and some fins here and there. Hopefully this will be enough to reach the target, but it is a tad bit close. I feel like this type of distance may not be like a reasonable distance. 1 kilometer is a little bit too little for this type of missiles, I feel like. But due to, from the depth, relative short battle distance between big vehicles, it need to be able to go there if it has to. And I think this one actually might. Having a turning thruster in the front there is probably a good idea too. It's a good addition. Just one in the front. All right, we need to reformulate it a little bit. I added the amount of fuel the turning thruster can use, and I tried to add some mines here on the front for backup. I don't know if that's gonna be an important thing, but you know. Then, while testing, I was thinking perhaps it would be a fun idea to just check out how like large we can make this. So if we add a little munition decorator here, we should go into this one and select the new one. And now we have the regular ugly fill. But I was just thinking, if we can disable the one here and just check if we have like length 1 and diameter like thinnest. I think this should be the biggest one, right? And if we try and just for testing add like a wooden pole or something. Oh, look at that. That's definitely how to do it. Okay. So if we have, this is a little bit interesting. So if I try here and add like 6 modules or something, will this make it missing in the middle? No, not really. So this one could be checking, right? Decorators tethered within. All right. It's gonna be tethered within the box here. So we just need to add a tether point like this. And if we add this one here, we should then make it less thick, I believe. Let's try and add a few here. Like that, maybe? Man, that's tall. I feel like it didn't change much. If we then just make it be like 1 block, like inside of here only. Yeah, it's kind of this tall. No, it's exactly as tall as the missile. Very interesting. So then we can just skip all these parts. This is the only one we need. We can just delete the untethered ones like that. So basically, if we make this real thick. Oh yes, okay, nice, right. Fantastic. So yeah, this is no. Okay, we couldn't do that. There is like a limit on how large it can be. Right. Up down scaling. All right. So no, we can make it that. Watch. Okay, interesting. This is definitely the largest missile, right? Okay, we can move it around all over the place. This is completely insane. I didn't expect it to be able to be this big. Oh, that's... all right. So, 1 forward-backward scaling should be enough. So now we have a pretty big log, basically. Isn't that quite nice? Right. And we can shake this thing from within. Very nice. Anyways. We're gonna spawn a stronghold a little further away. And just test it out. This is lagging a bit. All right. Up and away. This is too silly. Okay. Our big log is definitely launched. It's large, to say the least. We are exiting the launch pad. The log has started to turn. Oh man, this is absolutely insane. I can't believe I haven't tried missile decorators before. We can do some really stupid missiles with this. This is opening up a world of opportunities. It's very difficult to take this too seriously. We're at the crescendo, or whatever that's called. This is, well, this must be a little bit worrying to see. Oh, bam, look at this thing. It's absolutely insane. It's enormous. No! Are we missing the mark? Oh, no. No way. This looks like some, I don't know, this looks like a Simpsons episode or something. It's just, we need to make this, we need to make it turn faster. We need to make it turn faster. Perhaps we need a turning thruster more. Yeah. We're adding a turning thruster back here. Activation delay. You can use, I don't know, 20% fuel maybe. And I don't know if these magnets are gonna help, but maybe. We can add a couple of more fins here. And we need to make sure that the one turn. Perhaps we can set it to 5, I don't know. Also, we have this thing here, ejection elevation. Guidance activation, I think perhaps we can wait 10 seconds. Yeah, sure. I'm sure this is probably a better idea. Oh my, oh my. We're having a new launch in 10 seconds, and while that is happening, this thing has apparently almost made its way. Oh my. Oh, look at that. Oh no! We had the proximity fuse. So the proximity fuse only does that much. Oh lord. Here we have the next. Anyways. Yeah. Fragmentation doesn't seem to be our best friend here. I'm wondering though, is the thumper head possibly messing with the proximity fuse? Maybe we can't combine a thumper head with a proximity fuse. Well, I guess we need to watch the stats more closely this time then. Again, this is extremely hard to take too seriously, but this big log is a dangerous intercontinental, I don't know, cruise missile technically, I suppose-ish. An arc-firing cruise missile. We need to shut off this thruster here in the back when it's starting to descend to make this a ballistic missile. If we don't do that, it's not a ballistic missile. And no, your arguments cannot convince me because it's a fact. It's not ballistic if it's propelled on the way downward. I'm not 100% sure, but I think it should also not be guided actively when descending, that it should already be pre-programmed basically. Well, we're gonna write a little Steam guide with missile classifications too, so I'll be checking my sources and refining that until then. Anyways. The log is approaching. Oh my. Oh my. This is absolutely insane. Okay. Right. 1.5 million impact damage, I believe. And we got a good bit of explosive. And I suppose the fragmentation blew up in the air or something, because I can't see any frag damage here. So most reasonably, it just blew up in the sky again. Right, so this is of course extremely lackluster for being such a large missile. But we can definitely conclude that we did do impact damage, but I'm thinking the proximity fuse seems to not work very well with frag, unfortunately. I wonder if these helped. They may help. They may help. Well. Alright, so I have designed a missile I hope will be a really good setup, hopefully. We added some fuel, so we're going to increase this a little bit here. Here we can see I made this a incendiary with maxed out intensity, so it's going to burn fast. We have a lot of incendiary warhead bodies, a lot of them. We got a big EMP surge as well. So basically, we can basically nuke stuff pretty well, hopefully, with that EMP. And we have serious incendiary damage. That's like all we have. And the front, we just have a little shape charge and some explosive warheads behind it. And hopefully, this will make a better mix. I'm not quite sure, but hopefully, we shall see indeed. Anyways, before, I'm a little bit tired on this log, so I'm gonna fix it. Super easy trick, look at this thing. We have a propeller hub, and then we can add a propeller hub. And we can use this as a missile design. If you want a simple one-block one, well, it works. A bit of a stretch at this scale, but yeah. Big red. Also, look at this thing here. Yeah, it's absolutely it looks so silly compared to the size of this thing. Anyways, we're gonna check out the damage. We're gonna service this thing a little bit. Probably we can like fix it. Cool. All right. And we're closing in. So, again, this is max incendiary, basically, with super much intensity. Hopefully, it should burn down the entire thing. We shall see, though. And no. Huh. Did we miss? Or is it just a model? Oh no, it's probably just a model being too long. All right. Cool. The incendiary damage is above 1 million. Nice. And oh yeah, and it spreads above the turret too. Fantastic. So explosive has a limit. Frag doesn't reach the mark. Thumper gets totally nerfed if it hits a turret. And incendiary with maxed out. Man, this is pretty nice. Look at this here. We got pretty much... I added oxidizer too, so it can burn a little bit underwater. Awesome. 5 million damage. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. This is obviously what we want. Okay, this is actually a pretty decent setup. Incendiary damage for huge mega missiles. This is the answer. Look at it. I was a little bit scared that fire would nerf it a little bit, because a lot of fires kind of suffocate each other. 8 million damage. Nice. Yeah, so I was a little bit worried that it wouldn't work, but this works amazing. That's super cool. Nice. We definitely found a mix that works pretty well. Nice. I think we'll have to spawn the Megalodon and see if we can take on that. It's a little bit quicker too. I'm gonna spawn it a little bit further away. And we're gonna see if the Megalodon's sieve system can take it out. Because it has some reasonably good sea whiz. So yeah, it's definitely worth testing. Very nice indeed. Right. We got 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Launch. Oh, I didn't see it because we were inside of it. I think it waits for the ammo barrels or something. Well, we're up and away. The Megalodon got too close for comfort, but we'll see if we can reach it anyways. I'm not entirely sure of it, but actually I'm very skeptical, but let's give it a go. At least we have APN guidance. But mostly we really want to check out and see if the Megalodon can shoot it down. Even though we basically removed all reinforced warhead bodies, but since the missile is so darn large, its health is still pretty insane. Like if you check it out here, you can see we have almost 5 million health. So hopefully that will cover for any type of Seavis coming in here. But if it gets a lot of damage, of course, it will be slower and less likely to reach the Meg. So I'm not entirely sure we can reach the target. This looks so silly. Well, it's not fast. The Megalodon is honestly faster. This is a problem. This is a big problem. How fast is the Meg anyways? 48 meters per second. Oh no. Yeah, we can't reach it. We have a speed that's about half. Oh no. Yeah. So that's the issue with it. That's probably why it's very unpractical. We'll have to shoot like almost stationary targets to even use this. Man, that's a big failure. So what I'm thinking is that we probably need to see how large we can make the missile and still have a decent speed. Like, it has to go faster than 50 meters per second. It's just, you know, if we're gonna shoot at ships, it needs to be able to hit ships, right? To start, I believe we should just cover all of the sides with these guys so we can get a little bit faster launch speed. Probably it's not gonna be a big difference, but well, 10 meters per second, that's actually, you know, worthwhile. Well, if we're just trying to be a little bit reasonable, we can see here the max speed is like slowly just, yeah, look at that. We can't make it larger than this. This is like you all. It's a tiny missile. Oh, that's sad. That's like the biggest size we can have. Why? Oh, okay. If we add a little radar seeker there, I guess it's a little bit faster, but man, that's a little bit sad, to be honest. That's I would have hoped we could make it a little bit larger. All right then. I suppose we can just copy this thing. Scary EMP is coming. There we go. Okay. What happened? Oh. Was it? Let's see here. That's the old, that's like the big old missile. I'm not sure what happened with the new one. Well, maybe it just died, I don't know. In any case, we couldn't really, like, we can make them this big, but they were just so slow that it's just not worthwhile. I wonder if it's a better idea to make really big torpedoes instead or something like that, but yeah, I'm not too sure about that. Well, 80 seconds. Let's add some regulators there. Nope. Safety fuse? Regulator, of course. Okay. APN guidance. Yeah, okay. We have a lot of these there. You're absolutely not going to hit the mark. What if we just turn off the poor Megalodon's propulsion? We can see if it can reach it. Like with Megalodon slowing down, it's like still questionable if we even can reach it. Look at that. We're having a lot of interceptors popping in here. They're probably not enjoying the big red pumping in here. Oh no, this looks too stupid. Look at it. It absolutely... Oh no. Why can't we make these types of missiles? It's absolutely stupid. I have some really bad ideas that we'll have to work with. Oh man, I just got an idea. What if we try to make the largest kinetic gun? If we have a kinetic missile and have them be a bullet and just launch them with a short range torpedo. Yeah. Are we gonna make the largest gun? I think we can make the largest gun. That could be fun. Okay, anyways. Thanks to the Megalodon's engine failure, not induced by me at all. Are you kidding me? No! It had 5 million health. No, it can't have taken it out, right? It can't have. It must probably just be that it... Oh no. And this one doesn't have any thrust left. Right. It just falls here. Will it? Come on now. It slows down. Oh no. I'm not sure. I think it actually died. That's too bad. How much thrusting duration do we have here? Not too much. So if we add like a good bunch of fuel tanks... Oh, no, I think it just launched. Right. Oh, that's the huge one. The Megalodon just died and I don't know why. I'm like almost assuming some glitch, but well. Oh no. We didn't add a friend or foe. Ah, well, we had God mode on, so that's good. Well, basically, we're gonna do a quick little reload thing. We're gonna do like this, and we're gonna turn off the Meg, basically. And we're gonna see if our tiny missiles will be able to reach the target at all. And I changed this to some more explosive there, so we can basically just see what type of damage we can cook up. It's not gonna be great, of course, but we want to see a little bit of each here. It's kind of funny. This one is just pretty agile, to be honest. What's over here? Is this perhaps... This is probably a big missile still being alive, right? Just didn't spawn yet. Okay, damn it. Look at this thing. It still fires its active defenses. Alright then. Oh no. Are you gonna get tricked? Obviously, if we have this type of missile, we obviously need it to be a cluster missile and we need it to shoot a lot of interceptors, probably? Yeah, I think so. It needs to spam interceptors. Now you don't have any thrust, do you? Okay. I just realized I forgot to make it turn off. Well. Alright then. We did a quick little extra launch. Let's see what's going on here. I don't know how it messes up with the guidance of the active missiles, because I do suspect that we are kind of using too much remote guidance force now. Well, in any case. I'm a bit unclear on how many missiles we actually have in the air right now. I suspect this is a big one, actually. I've never seen the Meg have red thruster smoke, so yeah. Except that, maybe. You know what? I do know why we have that problem. We didn't add the identify friend or foe thing. So it gets a little bit confused. About that, it's a very easy thing to add. Ta-da, problem solved. Well, we don't know how big this is, but I think we just went past it. So here we have the other big boy coming in here with a lot of incendiaries. So it's gonna be pretty interesting to see how much damage it can do against something like the Megalodon. We can of course adapt. Perhaps it can be a good idea to have really big underwater incendiary torpedoes, possibly. One thing that's absolutely clear is that when we're doing like Doom missiles, incendiary is the only weapon, like damage type, that we can rely on. Having a big blast of EMP can also be a good way to crit enemies potentially, but honestly, just having them remote guided. And we should also have some carry on stuff. All right, we have entered the Megalodon. I need to make it a little bit shorter, the model, because I'm very confused when it looks like this. Wait. There we have it, okay. EMP surge. What? What about the incendiary? What happened? That was weird. It's like it just disappeared. And this is going away. Well. I'm also suspecting the game is starting to be possibly small bits of annoyed. Because things are acting up a little bit. You know, I think this will be enough empirical testing for one time, and you know, I think you should do like this. Write in comments what we should do in part 2 of this, because we obviously need to find some best formulas of making the best really big missiles. I have some ideas, as you've heard, but I want some more ideas too. Well, we are definitely descending down here, but we're gonna see the last explosion, and that will be all for this little empirical testing. It was really fun to check out how large we can make the models and to see the kind of practical limitations of how large a missile can actually be. So I guess we'll have to be back with some more tests, to be honest, because obviously we didn't find anything practical application. This is just, when we make them too big like this, they're just too slow. We can't really shoot at moving targets, and they still can get a bit shot down by the interceptors and stuff like that, which is really bad news. We definitely need to add some serious carry on, what to say, like interceptors and maybe other stuff coming out of it to deal with the target a little bit. All right. We have entered the Megalodon, and explosion in, I don't know. Hopefully we didn't miss. Around there, I think, right? No, yeah. And now it's like, now we have some incendiary damage. Look at that. Okay, good. Finally, what we're looking for. Well, anyways, I do hope you did enjoy this little video, so leave it a like and write in comments what we should do in the part 2 here to find the most ultimate weapons. Again, I have some ideas myself, and I have started experimenting a little bit with vehicle missiles because I got a little nuclear idea we should probably look at later. Anyways, hope you enjoyed. This is your host, Eric of Gmodism, signing out with a very long video. And also, please do tell me if you like these super long videos or if you want them to be a little bit shorter. In any case, this is your host, signing out.